Hi, this is Vi from Scrappy Mania, and today I'm going to create a frame using the Elizabeth Craft Design Shadow Box frame. They say you can make any size frame, rectangle, square, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to try these out. So I have this, I made this some time ago, and I want to go ahead and stamp this. And I might even put some saying here or something here and hang it on the refrigerator. And I'm going to use some heavy duty cardstock. This cardstock is 110 pound Recollection. You can get it at Michael's. So that's what I'm going to be using. And first of all, I need to measure my frame. And I think I'm just going to cut the whole length and then cut it down to size afterwards, because I don't know what size I need or what size I'm gonna make this. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And there's two types or two sizes here. Oh, there. I'm gonna take this out. We got two sizes. We have a thicker frame and the thinner frame, and I think I'm going to use the thinner frame. I'm going to use this one for this project. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm going to go ahead and cut it on the whole length, I'm going to put this in my Sizzix machine. And I got the Sizzix big switch, the big switch. But I'm just going to cut, let me go ahead and cut this. And I'm going to let it hang out. I'm not going to cut it all the way down. Okay. I'm going to just do it halfway. And see, it's not going to cut because here's the cutting mat. And it's hanging off the cutting mat, as you can see here. So I'm using the Magic Mat, okay, and I'm also using the magnetic plate from Sizzix. I'm going to go ahead and position this right here, and then this is the cutting blades are in the bottom. I'm going to hang it over my cutting mat so that way it doesn't cut through. And then I'm gonna feed it through. So let me go ahead and feed this through my machine, and hopefully it will work. Okay, I ran it through, and let's see. See, it cut and scored, but then it didn't completely cut because I did not run it all the way through. So now I'm going to put it back on. This time I'm going to hang this piece off the Magic Mat because I don't want to cut that through. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and position it so that way it cuts all the way through. Make sure it's nice and tight in there. And then you're going to put your plate. So I'm going to make sure I don't put my plate here. Even though it's hanging, I just want to make sure that no mistakes happen. And I'm going to run this through my switch. So I shall be back. So I already got all my pieces cut out. I already scored 3 of them, but I want to show you how I'm scoring them. So you see the score lines. So I'm scoring in it towards, not from the back, but from the score lines. You want to score it this way. When if you score it, and I was noticing let's say I go ahead and score it the other way back. So here's my score line that the die did, and I score it opposite. What I was seeing is it was cracking. So what you want to do is score it. See how it cracks? So you just want to score it forward like so. And I think there is a way that you're supposed to score these things. I always forget. Either you score towards the, either opposite of the score line or towards the score line. Towards the same size. I don't know, but this is what works for me. And then there I have all my pieces. Okay, so it's gonna go like this. Now notice that it's sturdier. It's sturdier if this flap is glued on this flap. So the flap that has the angle, this angle, you want to score it on top of the one that is completely flat. If you do it the opposite way, so I was doing that. If you do it this way, see, if I do it this way, it's not as sturdy. It doesn't hold it up. But you have to go ahead and do the flat side needs to go inside this this score line like so, and that makes it a lot sturdier. Okay, so you're going to put adhesive just on this area right here is where you're going to go ahead and put adhesive on. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I shall be back. I'm going to use my ATG gun. Okay, and like I said, you want to go ahead and see if you can see that. You want to go ahead and bring this in. You can do that like so, and then bring this on top of that, and then just like so. See? Like that. Okay? And I'm going to do that again. So you want to put adhesive on this side, not here, on this side. Okay. Fold it over. And just burnish it like that. These are perfect for if your kids do any artwork. Having these frames and just framing the artwork on your refrigerator will look so much nicer than just putting the artwork on its own. It actually, whenever you frame a piece of art, it really makes it stand out. I really love how that looks. Okay, so what you want to do is the frame is going to go, so make sure this piece is on the bottom. So I'm going to put all this, where I glue the stuff together, or when I glue them together, it's going to go on the bottom. And you need to have everything facing the correct size. So this is going to face this way. This is going to go in here, like so, and so forth. But before we do that, we need to measure this, because I want to go ahead and make sure. And I should have cut it before I put it together, but that's okay. I'm going to cut here, okay. And actually, let's see, cut, no. we're gonna cut this one first. So let's cut this one first. Okay. Make sure I do this right. Okay. I'm gonna measure here. Need to cut that piece off. Okay, like so. And now I'm gonna go ahead and measure this one. Make sure they're the same size. So these go together, and then this one, make sure I measure the right side here. Well, I hope I did it right. Okay, so now we're ready to assemble, and I hope I did this right. So we're going to, now it's we need a glue. So you're going to put glue right here. So I don't need that anymore. So I'm going to put glue, if I can get this glue down. Right here. Right here. And she recommends that you have a block. So Elizabeth Craft, the designer of this die, recommends that you have a square block to make sure that you align these correctly. That is nice and square. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and put glue there. And let it dry a little bit. Okay. Okay. So then the next one is going to be this way. So I'm going to put some adhesive here. Maybe this time not so much. I'm gonna make sure it's square. Oops. Okay, and then here. Okay. You know, in the back, I think what I'm going to do is put tape. You don't see it, that's going to be in the back. I don't think you need tape, but I'm not doing it completely correct. I feel like a little bit of tape, you won't see it, is good. Just to keep it in place. Okay. Now we're going to do the next one. I'm going to put glue here. This time I'm just going to put glue on these areas. And actually, it seems to work better just putting glue in on this area only. Okay. Let's see how that's gonna, yeah, that works very nice. Look how pretty that's gonna look. Okay. But before I put this back here, what I want to do is, I want to go ahead and maybe stamp a saying right here. So let me see what I got, and maybe I want to stamp something there, so I shall be back. Okay, so I found this stamp and I bought it. It was from May Made It, and it says all things be done in love. So I'm going to use that stamp. I'm going to use my positioner because I may need to restamp it a couple of times. So I created my own sticky mat by using laminated. This is a laminated sheet. I laminated a graphic paper underneath it, and then I put repositional glue on top. It's the same glue I used to fix my cutting mats. So that's how I did this mat. And I guess I should have a video on how I did this. So I think I'm going to put it a little above here, just because I'm going to go ahead and put my frame, and I think it would look nice there. Let me check. Yeah, I think that looks nice. So go ahead. This is rubber, so I need to turn it around for clear. Okay. And I might be of interest and put some embossing powder. Let's see if that's going to work on here. Okay, so I found my black embossing powder, and let me give you a tip to get a nice dark embossed image. The first tip is you want to go ahead and get any oils or anything that will make that your embossing powder sticks on other areas other than the word, the stamp. So you want to go ahead and make sure you put some powder here. The next thing is you want to go ahead and stamp it with just regular black ink. And get it nice and dark first. I'm going to try to get this really dark. Okay, so we got the first layer on. It's nice and dark. Then what I'm going to do, let me go ahead and clean this stamp, because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Versamark and stamp my Versamark on top of my ink here. Okay. Now I'm going to peel this off. And now I'm going to go in with my embossing powder, and hopefully only the letters or that saying is what it's going to pick up the emboss. And it looks like it did. Looks good. Let's go ahead and put my powder back in. And now let's go ahead and heat emboss it. Look how nice that looks. So then I want to put a little bit of glitter, I think, on the edges here. So I'm going to look for my sparkly pen and I'll be back. So I went ahead and got some glitter sparkles and just putting some of that on the flowers just to give it a little iridescent color like that. It's just a little sparkle. And then I do have a green. I'm not sure how this green will show. Let me go ahead and use this and see. Oh, that might be good. It's a little green. Sparkle here. I found these sometime. I don't really buy these. I found it on Tuesday morning on sale, and that's when I bought these sparkle pens. I hardly use them, so I decided to use it now in this project. Okay. So now I'm ready to put it on my frame. And not sure. Let's see. I might just put it around this because I don't want extra adhesive to come out on the side. And this is thick enough. So this is a great idea, I think, for projects, for your kids' artwork. Put them in the refrigerator, on the refrigerator. Put them as frames. I have an easel that you can go ahead and, if you have an easel die, this is a perfect project. You can put it in the easel. So actually this adhesive was a little too thick. I should have had a thinner one, and I should have used a thinner one. But I'm going to resolve that in a second. So I'm going to go ahead and put that, turn it upside down. Before I lay it down, before I commit, I'm going to turn it over and see. Not bad. I'll commit. Now, one of the things I see how you can see the adhesive coming through that, but I'm going to fix it, because what I'm going to do is add a little iridescent glitter in there. So that way it just gives a little glitter. So see how now that kind of gives a little bit of glitter on the edges. And I'm happy with that. That's fine. Next time I'll need a thinner strip of adhesive than what I got. And then if you want to pick up those glitter, you can just take a cloth and just sweep it out like so. The last thing I'm going to go ahead and do is put a magnet. So let me look and see what kind of magnet I have. Hopefully I have a magnet that I can cut and just adhere here, and then we can put it on the refrigerator. You can also use, let me show you some ideas that you can use for hanging this up. I'll be back. So I got some ideas on how to hang this. Now if you want to put it on a table, I have an easel die, and it's from Tim Holtz, and you can just go ahead and use that easel die. So this is the easel. What you can do is you can attach that to the back, and then once you attach it to the back, you can have it stand up like so on a table. So that's one possibility, using an easel die. The other possibility is you can use either a clip or you can use a Coke bottle. And what I would do is I would, like a clip like this, I would bring it out a little bit like so, and then I would thread a string. So I would adhere this to the back, you can see right there, and then I will put a piece of string so I can hang it. Or you can even you know, put a nail or something, I don't know, something like that. You can also do it this way. Actually, I would do this way. And then you can tape this here, glue this here, however you want it, to make sure you adhere this down. Hot glue could be a possibility. And then you can hang it like so. You can also use a Coke bottle. The tab of the Coke's cans will work. The other thing you can do is you can put magnets on the back, and then that will hang in the refrigerator. Here, so I'm going to use magnets, and I'm going to use some glue dots to put my magnets. Let me cut 3 of these. Okay. Put this back. And I'm going to go ahead use these. One there. Two, and then 3. I just want to make sure that it doesn't fall. I mean, it's very lightweight, so I probably 2 magnets would have been enough, but I had 3, so I'm going to use that. In there, and let's see if it works. Yeah, it actually, I have a magnetic bar here, and it does adhere to the magnetic bar. So this is my project, and oops, this is my project. See how pretty that looks? I love these frames. It actually worked out really well, and it wasn't so hard to measure the things out and to make your frame whatever size you want. So I hope you like this video, and thank you for watching. Bye now.